Me did the chua, and maybe I'm discovered for Europe. I come a for Ghana. No, me used to tap send. No fee mobile money transfer. Eye easy, convenient, fast, and sounds so free. Won't you share? Me discover ye mapim. Tap send. Intienne. Also download the tap send app. No, ever mobile phone so free. Nefesi kakomu ebusuya for Ghana for na. Tap send. Papa no.
Everybody check now. Check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. Check it. Green select glucometer. Check it. Push sugar level for check it. Check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
There are some people that it is just so great for you to sit down with them and get some knowledge and information from them. The very last time I sat with Dr. Sass here, we had beautiful conversation on some of the effects, negative effects on beef, or better still, these songs. When it went out, great feedback from the people, as much as a few others did not agree with him on some of the points that he shared. I also know that he made some great impact, and various comments, according to my YouTube audience, tells me that really they understood it. Then I said, no problem. If it went down well, then it will be wise for us to do it twice. So really, I've invited Dr. Sass here to join me for us to open up another conversation. And this conversation is something that is going to excite you, because here we are talking about cultural invasion. Here in Ghana, what is our culture? How are we using our culture to develop our own selves? Are we able to even break boundaries with our culture? Or better still, our doors or our gates are always open that so many people will come in with different culture here and there. That is what I'm about to discuss with Dr. Sass. Now remember that you can also join the conversation with your comments. Feel free, be part of it, and let's have a broader perspective on how our culture can influence us negatively or positively. Let me say thanks to Digital Rasta Currency. He is on camera. Richie Flex is the editor director of the show. Emmanuel Fori Lapiji is the producer, and of course my special guest, he is a senior medical officer at the Accra Psychiatric Hospital. He also doubles as a comedian. He's also a content producer. So as I meet him here, you should know that thing is going to be a vibe all over. He has a special show that he has been doing annually, and he said this year you're going to give it to us again.
Yes, it's going to be in December.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yeah, and this time it's going to be totally different and amazing. You saw the last one, so you understand what
I was there at the plus 233.
Yeah, Dr. Sass and the APH band, the chemistry, the music, the comedy. Charlie, it's going to be.
Why is your type of comedy always X-rated?
Oh, it's not always X-rated. I think I did my first ever special or comedy. I call it a comedy one-man show. I don't really see it as a special as such. I think it's more than a special. It's special than a special.
It's more than a special. I get it.
So the first one that we did was live on Facebook, and we had over 2K views on the premiere night. It was powerful, and it was even Christian.
Okay.
Very friendly and wonderful.
Or maybe the ones that I have seen, they are more like
maybe the ones the last one that we did. Let's talk about 69. I think that was very explicit. The next one that we are going to do is also going to be quite broad.
So the very last one was let's talk about 69.
Let's talk about 69.
Okay, so my judgment from that place is not bad.
Yes,
what I saw is what I'm talking about.
Yes, but previous episode, the last one I did one at Tesano. Yes.
Yeah.
That one was also wonderful. It was not so explicit.
Okay.
Yes, but I like to touch on that topic once
Yeah,
in a while because
I know you have high interest.
yes, I like to see people cringe and feel uncomfortable when you are saying those things that everybody partakes in.
They do it, but they don't talk
But we
about
don't
it.
want to talk about it, and that is part of the topic, the reason why we are even here, why our culture seems to want us to hide behind our guilt and not want to talk about and confront issues. Like there are certain topics that we shy away from. We don't want to talk about them, like death. Death, for instance, we are afraid of it. We are afraid to mention it. But we need to sit down and address it and really look at it properly and see that what does it mean to die? What does it mean to you? How do you grieve? What's the grieving process? What does funeral really mean to us? And how best can we tweak certain things to make us feel
suit society,
to suit the growing or the dynamic nature of the society, and see how best we can infuse the things that we've sent our children to school to go and learn. What can they infuse that into our culture to make it better? Things that we can cut off, the excesses, we can cut them off and streamline it properly.
I see. Now let's go back to after our first encounter.
Yes.
I believe several comments, like I said, both negative and positive. You were the person in charge of the content. How did you feel? How did you take them?
I was okay. I try as much as possible not to go into people's heads. After you pour out yours, you see, sometimes everybody, and one thing about knowledge is that people receive it differently. You see, some people may have gone above it. Because whenever you speak, there are people who already know what you are talking about, and they have also gone a little further than what you know, and so they may come at you from a different perspective. And there are others who have no idea what you are talking about. Yes, and they feel that because the knowledge enters, it shakes you a bit, and the first reaction, sometimes somebody will be like, wow, I didn't know this, let me go and find out. Another person too, out of the shock, will say, oh, forget that. It doesn't make, we've always known this, why is he saying this? You see, so there's always that, and because of my background too, and the kind of people that I meet and I interact with in my hospital, I think that everybody, because there are people can say the damnedest things, the wildest,
and they go scot-free.
So you have to just allow and listen and take
and appreciate
everybody
as they come in.
Yes, everybody's
beautiful. And that is Dr. Sass. You can also call him for short, and you can even check him out on social media. And he's Dr. Sass on social media as well. Everywhere you go to, you can meet him up and let's have a conversation. Now let's open it up.
Yes.
So far, is Ghana known for a specific culture, or it is infiltrated? We are far away, Kakra, far Nigeria, far America, far UK. How is Ghana? How are we seen with our cultural values and norms?
This is a big one. You see, so let's take it this way.
Okay.
What language does Ghana speak?
Now our official language will be English.
Yeah, no, it's not will be.
I know. Yes, it's
English.
Yes, it's our official language is English, and we have other languages.
But you see that. So when we go out there, the Ghanaian is an Englishman. He speaks English. The Ghanaian speaks English. That is the language.
Now our children are even struggling to speak any of our local languages.
Yes, they should struggle, because the thing is that, you see, we have failed as a society, as a nation, to accept that we've lost it. We have lost it when it comes to. Let me take it from this angle.
Okay.
You see, when
you can put your phone here to be free.
So we are okay. Let's take language. So we start with language.
Let's start with language.
And you realize that any country that does not accept its language suffers. Any country, anywhere you go, any country that refuses to accept its language suffers, because there's a language for every country. And if you refuse to adopt one and accept it that this is our language, we have several languages, we've learned this, we know this, but this is what we have accepted as our language. and that is what we are going to move with. And that brings us back to what I was saying earlier, that you see, if we understand it, if we accept it, then now we can grow it and make it our own.
Okay.
So you hear someone saying that my mother tongue is Ewe, or my mother tongue is
L1. Yeah.
Yes, but you see, when God, if you read the Bible, when God wanted to divide people,
yeah,
what he used was language. He touched it. He gave them so many languages so that they cannot coexist. They cannot understand each other. Yes. So if we find ourselves in a country where we have decided that we want to call this colony, this one Ghana, this boundaries that we've set for ourselves, this is what we want to call Ghana. But however, there are over 56 languages. And if everybody is speaking their language and says that this is my culture, this is it, we cannot coexist. We cannot think together. So then the nation, we sat down and they said, no, let's adopt this language. It's not ours, but we've been speaking it. We even use, that is the language we even used in the struggle for our independence. That's English. The language, yeah. It's English. That's what we need to speak. And if we learn the thing from English and then translate it. So even when Kwame Nkrumah was declaring independence, he said that let me speak in English first.
Yeah,
before I translate what I'm going to say in Twi. And why Twi? Why not Dagomba? Why not? Because you cannot do all that. So when you adopt it, then we can infuse every culture into the English. So we can have a Ghanaian language called English, which is we have our dictionary.
Can have a Ghanaian language called English.
A Ghanaian language. We can have the language which is Ghanaian English. So if you get
what is Ghanaian English?
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying that if we have adopted it, this Ghanaian English, we speak English.
Yeah.
So we have to accept that.
Yeah.
This is the language that we want to speak. That's what we have. Americans don't speak English.
Okay. I get what you mean now.
You get it? English is for the English. But when Americans wanted to form they adopted, okay, this is the language that we all speak. We have agreed to speak.
Yeah.
So they have American English.
Okay. Yeah.
So they find their words. That's why even if the British say this, we will say it this way.
Yeah, that's why we have the British English.
You get
American
it?
English.
Because it is better. You see, I was having this argument with my mom quite recently when I took my daughter to her, and she was like, why I don't speak? She's Ewe, so I don't speak Ewe with her. And I was telling her that what will my daughter gain from learning Ewe in this fast changing world? If she can't speak Ewe, what will she lose? She couldn't answer because she loses nothing if she doesn't know how to speak Ewe. What she needs to, I told her that if I knew how to speak French, I would teach her rather, because that is more beneficial to her. What I'm saying is that I'm not saying we should throw our culture away.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that there are beautiful words in the Ewe language.
Yeah.
There are beautiful words and things that we describe in the Twi language. We could have had our English with Ewe vocabularies and Twi vocabularies in it.
So in this case, are we going to have all about 12 languages, the vocabularies in that kind of English?
You see, Ghanaians are very competitive. Do you know Nkrumah tried to make one Ghanaian language our national language? But the others will not agree.
Yeah. Everybody wanted to.
But we see
their colony.
Yes, you see that mentality. That's why we lost it. When we started and we made, because even when Nkrumah, it would not have worked because the mindset at that time
was not right.
And people, so it was better to use English. And then when we used it, we should have accepted. We should accept by now that we lost it in trying to make a native or an indigenous Ghanaian language
as an official language,
where
everybody who is in Ghana
must learn it in spite of whichever tongue you are coming from. You get, when we have that, then we have a national, we know that we are proud of it. So that's why you hear, and it's mostly the illiterates or people who cannot read and write, who understand it. They rather force us to accept that, English is not my native language. And then no, David, you have to know it because it is Ghanaian's language. I recently heard one guy who wants to become president he's saying that he can't speak English, so it doesn't matter if he can't speak English. That should not disqualify him from standing for. And I tell you, it does. Our constitution is in English.
Is it Kumchacha?
I don't know his name, but I'll find out. I think it's K something.
It's K something.
No, but you see,
okay,
let me explain more. What I mean is that, you see, we've lost it. In that, how many books, how many correct books, how many wonderful books is in the Ewe language or in Twi? That if you really want to be deep and you want to read books, do you get it? We lost it. So if we had that, if we had decided to choose, I'm even, let it not be like I'm picking on Twi, because Twi is the most, it's 12% of Ghanaians speak. So
a larger population.
Yes, and a larger population of us speak. So it's it's not it's not wrong that I'm picking on them.
Nobody can use Twi. That's fine. I speak Twi, so that's fine.
So you get it. If we had that, then we would be proud and not run away or shy away from it and give the excuse that it is not my language, so I cannot, if I don't speak it, why are you laughing at me? Of course we should laugh at you, because you have to learn it.
So you think that whoever comes with that argument that English is not my language, so if I don't know, it shouldn't be a bother.
No,
you have issues with that.
It means that, because I said this time and I had a problem. I had people because I realized that you see, I'm using me as an, I do not reason in my native language.
It's true.
Yeah, I do. If I'm doing my thinking, I do not think in the native language or in Ewe, or Ga. Or so, no, I do not think. I think in English.
Anytime you even want to communicate something, you think it in English.
Because that's what I was brought up. My mom brought me up speaking English. She speaks English. So me, I think that English is my mother tongue. And Ewe is also my mother tongue.
I see.
I don't see the reason why we've not accepted that we've lost that fight. We've lost it because,
so like by now you think that it should be mandatory for every Ghanaian, every average Ghanaian
and want to know
speak English.
Yes. It should be something that you should, and I know that they are.
Whether you've gone for higher education or not, you should be able to communicate.
Because it makes you see that when sometimes even this education, when we say, you see the education, we've hidden behind this truth or this wall or facade for such a long time that we've decided that we will not accept that the person who has gone to study and read so many books in this English language, if you are learning, if it had been in Twi, if he had been educated in Twi, he wouldn't have had access to those books. And one man said it. He said it so brilliantly. He said, and if you would, even in Ghana, the Bible is one of the most widely translated books
in different versions.
But all our science books and all those amazing books have not been translated into other languages. Why? Yeah, so you see, so let's not dwell too much on language.
What do you mean by our science books have not been translated into other language? Because I believe when you go to, say, Russia, when you go to any of the French-speaking countries, they will also have their science in French, written in French.
But I'm talking about local language. Who has taken the time to write Archimedes' principle in Twi or in Ghana? Do you get what I'm saying? So if you can't speak English, you may not know. You may be acting with, but knowledge is power. You see, you may be living and know that. You see, that's why we always speak it, that if you answer and I do, but knowing it and understanding it, somebody can be practicing it, but we've not been able to gather it into something to make sure that this is our culture. We don't have it, so we have every because of the language we have it. And see, Ghanaian culture is, the diversity of Ghanaian culture is very beautiful, and if we can preserve it, keep it in how would I say it? Keep it in, I don't want to say a museum, otherwise but keep keep it
in an archive
and then move on.
Yeah.
And refer to, you see, when if we were able to weave our language into the English, our official language, it would have preserved a lot of, because whether we like it or not, a time will come that it will go extinct.
I know. Sometimes when you go to the Ashanti region, for instance, and they are telling you some of their history, when you go to the palaces and they are telling you some history, the one who is doing the Ochami is speaking Tree. And sometimes what they are saying, you ask yourself, if that person is not there, because it has not been written that the next guy can even learn. Or even if they have been written, how many people can now pick a Tree book and read? But if it is written in English, I'm sure everybody can.
Yes,
so that is very important. Now, you want to agree with us that, especially if you are living in Ghana, we don't know where you'll be watching this from. If you are living in Ghana and you are a Ghanaian, at least something is factual. And I think this has even helped Nigeria a lot. When you go to Nigeria, the average guy on the street, even if not anything, can speak pidgin English. They can speak pidgin English.
And even if you go to the northern region in our country, the northern side, you see that people are able to speak, and it makes it lightens the atmosphere, and it makes even commerce move faster. That's why in Nigeria we always want to cite them, because if they speak in English and they mix it with a bit of their local dialect, they still have a majority of their people understand and vibing to it.
I see.
As much as the outside world does. Yes.
Now, how about say food? Let's look at food. How about our culture in terms of food? How well or how bad are we doing there?
Yeah, but you realize that, you see, there's a difference. Like the way we spoke about language, you may not be able to speak. That's why there are certain, there's a shell of culture and the inner core of culture. There are certain things that we cannot take away easily or change totally, because but we can just tweak it in a way or present it differently in a certain way,
a different package.
And one of them is food, and another is like values of the people. So food, like you realize that most of our food that people that we enjoy, it is because from home you've been taught to enjoy this meal, so it becomes your taste. But any time you move outside of this country and you are introduced to a different type of dish or something that you enjoy, you adopt it. Any time you get it, you would want to enjoy it or make it a delicacy. And everybody has their preference when it comes to food. So what I like, you may not like. But if I like it, I will enjoy it.
You still enjoy it.
We will not want to. We will not want to throw it away or mess around with it. But if I like kosi and a diet of coke, a cup of coke,
you are good.
But if it is pizza and fula that I like, it doesn't. There's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't change. I don't know if you get what I mean. It doesn't change the perspective. The food is food.
Yeah, it can cut across everywhere.
It can cut across everywhere. If I go to, there are people who have moved, they like eating food. It is just quite recently that we've been able to export our food there and to the diaspora, that people in the diaspora are able to get access to. But some time ago, it wasn't there. When you go there, what was available is what you ate.
Yeah.
But now you realize that there's African market and they've managed to export. And then yes, it is feeding. But you see,
I go to Dubai and I've been eating at Sankofa restaurant all the time. Yeah, and they serve Ghanaian food, fufu.
But it's, when you see the history, it's just quite recently. Before now, when you go there, it is once it's available. That's how come that AB Cressel had that song.
I know, right? Papa Samo Koko.
So
that's what you'll be eating.
Yes, but some of the things that we need to really look at is like our values. What we value. What we value. And
so in terms of that area in the food department, you think we have done well?
No, it's not like we are. No, you see, it's not like we've done well or not. That's what I'm trying to tell. It's not like we've done well.
Oh, but we've preserved it.
We've really not done anything actively to want to preserve it. We've really not done anything like how would I say it? There's no real consciousness. It's not conscious to try to preserve our, because it will preserve itself until there is a mass shift in I'm struggling to find the words in other hand to change, but people would always want to eat what they want. That's the same way as language. People are the default, you want to speak the language that you've been brought up to speak, to engage in. So it is very difficult for you to change. That is how food too is. And food, because you have decided to you love this dish, and your tongue is glued
known
to
for this,
when it's very difficult for you to change. And so food itself, it's preserved. You get it?
Your tongue is accustomed
to it. So that's why we decided to chase wherever we are with the food. We carried it there. But if it had not, if it had not been that way, we would not have decided to really preserve it and bring it along like that.
Deep convo, and we are moving on to the next conversation. All right, so here on Sammy Flex TV, we have taken the discussion a notch higher, still talking about our cultural values. And I am someone who believes in the Ghanaian culture. That's why sometimes I have issues with people who will come and introduce their kind of music, blah blah blah. Even talking about this, let's go straight to say in the area of music and some social activities like funeral, like our kind of marriage setting. What are we supposed to do right in preserving the Ghanaian culture?
Yeah, that's the way you ask me is as if I'm some expert.
You are my resource person, so I have to put it to you as such.
Yeah, but you see, I think that it's about our values. Yes, the values of, that culture is the sum total of the learned behaviors,
the way
beliefs
we live.
Yes, and it's generally sociology, is the way you live. So, but one core aspect of culture is values.
Yeah,
values.
What the importance you place on the things
that we interact with. Yes, on people we interact with, and how we view the elderly, how we see children, how we see money. And money is one thing that has really crippled us, because we don't understand money. Yes, and talent. I'll come to that. You mentioned this one. We don't understand. You know that money, talent is from money. That's what they used to call money. It's talent. So we don't understand it. So we think that we think that everything is about money. So far as I can make money out of it, then that is it. It sums everything up. So we don't place value on some things like wealth or old age anymore, like how the elderly or honor.
I get what you are saying, because now you see young people on social media attacking people openly Jimmy for like the moment they see you are aging, then they start attacking you with age. Yes.
Jimmy for and something like that. There's a saying that we see, and how we see. So all those things, and we've as a society, as a people, we need to rethink it and see it. So you see it in our music. You see that we sing. That's almost in all the new songs, and the young guys who come up, they sing and they are like Mikopesika. It's like it's about money. If I get the money, then fuck everything. I have money, so I can get the respect. And they sing it so nice. They put it in the way. They have nice melodies. But what you are thinking, saying or talking about, should not twist the moral value. Should not make us focus on the wrong thing. Because it is not all about money. You get it's not all about money. There are virtues. There are things that we should be proud of. We should be proud of, and that should equate to somebody who doesn't have money but has that. should be seen the same as someone who has a lot or tons of money. Yeah. And if we get that, yes, that is. But
it's like moral values. Now, when we put a rich man here with no moral values, and maybe an average man or a poor man here with moral values, nobody will even come to this guy for any advice.
Yes, and we don't care. We say it proudly.
Nobody will come to him for any advice. They will go to the rich man with no moral values for advice.
The one, and whatever he says makes sense. Yes. And we say it in our. And you see the proverbs that we speak. So we say it in them that unisika will see uti say granty and you say Abuajansa that one even that one we get it wrong.
Okay.
You see we get it wrong because what they are you say Bema you say Abuaje. What it means is that say you free Bema you free Abuaje. Abuaje mani ene kodom. So yes say okodom yes say Bema yes say Abuaje. It's not okay. It's not to bring Abuaje down. So when we are calling men,
you will call Abuaje like yes, Sikani Bema.
Sikani Bema.
And those Sikana Kase dream like that.
Those things, and we use it in our, and that is how we want to see it.
Is that not the truth? Is that not the reality?
No, you see, the culture or the mindset that you have, is what paints your reality. There's actuality and there's reality. So the glasses that you wear, the cultural glass that you wear is what makes you see the world the way it is, and that creates your reality. So what this bottle here, what if I'm seeing it this way with my glasses on, with the blue glasses, I'll see blue water in it. You can wear red glasses and see red water in it. But what it is the actuality. It's the actuality. So the reality that we are creating is what we are saying. We keep telling ourselves that
what's on our minds.
It's what is creating our reality. So when we keep saying that unisika will be you get so it's in the language. It's in the language.
Yeah.
Your food, your pa, the piano. You see, that's I was talking to someone the other time and I was telling that no, you see, this kind of mindset is what creates the chaos that we are in. Because it is your food, piano, you are better your pa.
Say the bako kwati mango bako kwati.
Bako kwati kube.
But if you are climbing trees, I'm sure you climb it for a purpose.
Yeah,
so you may climb a tree for pawpaw. Yeah. Someone may climb it for coconut. Some may climb it for, and they are all climbing for a purpose.
Yeah, so
as they say, they often be a panel.
So I have to sit down and ask you have been your papa and I say and your bonnet. Do you get it? And that's help the person. Don't say that I don't like his music, so I will not push it. I will not tweet it, or I will not say anything good about it. If you don't have anything good to say, keep quiet.
Yeah.
You see, if those are things that because if you don't need to say that, because there's what. I wanted to give this example. There's Wizkid just sold over 500 million copies of his songs. I don't know if I get the figure. And I was hearing the media. They was talking about it. And you realize that when we were talking about it, it's like, how did he do it? Is it relevant? Is it significant? But if this had been someone else here, they would have said, oh, are you sure it is true?
that would have been the first.
That would have been the first. That you see, because when it is us,
we always doubt it.
We always doubt it.
We meet it with doubt.
And that is in your food. You are panoni. That is the thing. We think that I will say you are being offered. You are pa. You get anything? You see, we like to make the other person calm down, like what we said, just to feel. So we have those things, and we say it. There are more. There are a lot of them. One of the things that we also say is a majority. There's a way we say it.
Majority carries the vote.
Yes, or something. There's a way we say it. The voice of the people
is the voice of God.
which is not true, but we believe it. Walk radia. When somebody dies, we say that, but we don't think about it. But Jesus Christ died and resurrected. We say he died and resurrected. And we said he brought Lazarus from it.
So you need to possess some supernatural powers before you can do what Jesus did.
Yeah, but has it been done before?
Yes.
If we say so I'm saying
he
that
did it because he had supernatural powers.
No, yes, I don't mind. Me, I don't have. You have my issues with, but I'm just saying that. Yeah, you think I'm giving you an example that if you say that if God is life, the other force is owo, and I also owo krade and quantum, and I say Jesus and kwano. Do you get what I'm saying? Owo krade and quantum.
Okay, so this is going to be more religious.
No, not really. It is our mindset. You see, religion is all part of the culture. That's what I'm saying. That we don't even have boundaries. Do you know that you don't really know if your mother is a Christian or if he's talking or chastising you. You don't know if it's the Christian in her that is that is angry or it is the Ewe in her.
Meanwhile, she tells you she's a Christian.
Yeah, so and
she goes to church.
So you don't really know
ministry and all.
Yes, do you get it? Except the ones who are like, and even that they mix it. We mix everything up. You see, we don't know whether. That's why I'm telling you that the mindset is the value, what we place value, what we say every time, what we do, even our movies, and that is what is making the number one thing that is making our minds, our hospital where I work suffer is the mindset that we have about mental illness, and we've created it even in the church, and we create in the movies. The last killer or the villain or the witch becomes mad at the end.
That's true.
And even in our case, our insults, we say those things. Yes, as if so we see people who have mental illness as being cursed, and so we don't like to help them. We don't care about mental illness. So that's how, because in our movies we've constantly made it look the last, but when he confesses, then he runs mad. Do you see? So it is
someone
picture,
goes to juju. The moment it fails,
then he goes mad. So it is a perception. It is so deep in the African, in us, especially Ghanaians, that we think that. So that's why when they mention mental, young dream, it's like,
what can they?
Yeah, what can they? I say we were saying it's even like an insult. You see, and the people who are on the streets, the madmen in the streets. Well, let me say that for want of a better word, the people who are naked on the streets or unkempt or have neglected their personal hygiene and on the streets. No, they are not there because they are mad.
They are there because of what?
They are there because of neglect. We've neglected them.
Okay, I get.
Yes,
I get a meaning out of what you are saying, because around me, as we talk, there are some people that I believe if their family members should leave them,
yes,
they might end
up like that. But and when you go,
that's why I want to agree with you.
Yes.
That this guy, his family is keeping him. Periodically, they take him to the hospital, give him some injection, always making sure he's home. When he's going out, he's called back, come and stay indoors and all.
Yes. So you see, it is neglect. When immediately you neglect him, he would end up, and it's not because he's mad. That is why he's roaming on the streets. It's because of how wicked we are. We neglect those people. We've neglected them. It's not their family alone. It is all of us. The hospital. Instead of building this mindset, instead of building a house for God, we could have built something like this for these people, and that is God building something for God. And there's this mindset that we have also, that when somebody becomes a pastor, then God has called him. Yeah, but God has called everybody. What the work you are doing and teaching and it's God's call. It is a talent. It is something that God has given, and that is God's call. It's not that God calls you to come and be preaching alone. And that's when we respect. We think that this person is closer. There are people who are closer to God more than those on the pulpit, behind the pulpit. And these are the values. This is what we have to look at and see and align our mindset and our thoughts and make it and shake it so that we can have this alignment of thought. Okay. That these things are not, that is not what it is. It is this, that is what that we should follow. And this is the right. It doesn't mean that this always, it doesn't mean when it's red, then it means that always you should
now, is there a way out for everything you have seen or everything you've observed in our culture that doesn't look good? Is there a way out, or we've gotten to the end? We cannot do anything about it again.
What do you think? From what I've said, what do you think? There's you see, it's just that it's sad, and that is what we are trying to do, you and your outfit, and that's what we can try and do, because the harm has been, the wound is so deep that it will take God's grace and a lot
before we can come out of this.
Before we can really come out of it, because there's, you see,
it's not education, it's not school.
No, school is even another part of the problem.
How is school another part of the problem?
Because we don't understand it. It's just like what I'm saying. The black man, we don't understand God. We don't understand education. So the people who get, that's why when you go to education, the school, they put people in a straight line, just like a factory. So the mindset, why is it that the person who comes out of our educational system, the workforce, say they have not been really trained. It's like bringing square pegs and putting them, trying to fit them, because there is a disconnect. What we should rather be teaching, we are not teaching. And these are the things that we should be teaching. These are the things that we should bring from the beginning, and make somebody know that when there was an argument that came up, and it's all about this language thing. When we started school, when we were doing school, they say do not speak vernacular. Of course, you shouldn't speak vernacular. Your language is vernacular on the campus.
Yes.
Because what we are trying to make all of you get is English. When you go home, you will easily pick up what you need to pick up. But when you come here, we want you to pick up the English. And the quicker you can do it, the faster you can read the books that we have for you.
Yeah.
And then, because if you are confused, you are speaking English, when you come, you are still speaking this, then it destabilizes you. So that was the reason for it, because it is our language. You need to learn it, but we keep pushing it away and forcing it aside, that it is not our language. Why are we not allowing the person to speak? Because you agreed that this language should be taught to them.
Yeah.
You couldn't accept any language, any particular language that should be taught, that all of them are not
the same
qualified. No, you thought that none of your language is qualified to be taught there. They've agreed to speak English. Now they are teaching the person. You are saying that he should come and speak his language there. Do you get? And that is how we should be. And because we ourselves don't write any books. We've not written anything that we can use to teach our people.
See, so if you think education or school system is not helping this cause, how about the family system in our homes? Like, you have your nuclear family, you, your wife, and your children, me, my wife, and my children. Can we also start from there?
That is even another. Yes, but that is no, but
then we are doomed. Then there is no solution.
No, but
at least I get to pass a sport.
No, but you yourself
say.
No, you yourself think, who is taking care of your children now?
My wife.
Is it? Yes, but who is taking care of? In reality, you realize that is that's how it's supposed to be. That the wife should impact their children and teach their child. But now the children are rather teaching your wife things. They go to school, they go and learn, and they come home and rather teach you. And what you are saying, they will challenge you and tell you that is why the school system is something that we should really look at and teach philosophy, the African philosophy. What is the African philosophy? What was Nkrumah saying? What was this? That's what we should be teaching. It's not that we teach religious and we teach some of the Muhammad died at age something. That's not. No, that's what I'm saying is that, see, let's put what values. Is it your food, your pan, the piano, or that is what we should be teaching. We should teach. Or that's what would churn out the kind of people that we want to see in the future. And Jessica,
what do you think about funerals? Funerals in our setting.
I think that next time we can believe that we don't understand death.
We don't understand
death. That's why if you understand death, then you can understand funeral.
Okay.
If you understand what death is, let me put this right here. There's one man in the past in the Bible. He's called. He was a king, and he was about to die, and the God told a prophet to go and tell him that
he can pray for him too.
He didn't say that. He didn't tell him that you can pray. He told him that you are about to die. Your time is up. So prepare your family. Put together your family, your household, and then come and meet me. And the guy prayed that he should stay here more.
Okay.
That guy
prayed that he should have longer days on earth.
Is that guy correct? That's the African. I'm sure that guy is an No, no, but in pastors, you see pastors saying and they preach it because they've forgotten that if you okay, let me just if you are in your room one day and God comes to tell you that, oh, Sammy, you finish your work, come and join me, prepare your house, put everything in place. You say, oh, mommy, 2 weeks. No, do you get what I'm talking about? What are you going to do? The person who has brought you.
I mean, if I mention me still
no, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The person who you claim has brought you to the and knows what you are here to do.
He knows your assignment. And
he
says you are done with your
you
assignment.
are done. Come, you are saying give me 15, and God gave him 15 more years. He's the reason why Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego became Enochs. Read the Bible. They don't read it. You see, the thing is that when they gave him the 15 years, he messed up. No, do you get the thing? But see, that's how it is. They can influence you to feel that if I'm about to die, then death. Hey, no, but if I've not wronged anybody, if I've lived my life, if I'm okay, and I've not, what am I waiting for? What is the what? You see, but we see death.
You are done with your assignment.
We see death as
just bow and go.
We see death as not a gain, but rather a punishment. It's just like how mental illness, how we see it. That's the same way we see death. And so, because I've not really celebrated you enough. When the person does, and now we are rushing. We want to put two things together, and make it look as if we really cared about the person.
Yeah.
No, do you get it? But we don't celebrate the people who are alive, who are around us. We are fighting with them. We are doing beef. And then when a person dies, do you get it? Like we are always
fighting.
We are stepping on people's toes to get.
When they die, we go and cry
to get the money.
Funeral.
Yes, and because the whole thing is about. But the big person who is even giving the biggest donation, and may be the one who even killed him.
He might have hand in the.
He might not directly. But may have orchestrated things, which
or maybe he even had the power to save the person.
But that's why we love, and that's the mindset. And the songs that we play at funerals, man, the songs that we play at funerals, and even when a young person dies, we say what a shock, or because we think that the person's time is not up, or we are rather putting that caveat. Because we feel guilty for the person, we feel guilty for not saving the person, or we feel guilty for not building more hospitals and having the chairs, the beds, enough beds for the person to save them. Because most of the deaths even are avoidable. But we put what a shock instead of. But I feel that no matter what age,
there's nothing.
Celebrate the person. There's nothing like the person may not even have been shocked.
He the dead person
may not even we who are here are writing what a shock, because we feel that, because if we believe that God knows what he does, if that is what you are saying, then what is the shock?
But will God also bring someone forth for the person to just be, say, 18 years?
Of course. You may never know what the mission is.
Well,
yes, it's like asking the coach that will you ever bring somebody when it's 15 minutes to time to go and play them? You may never know.
I get it.
Yeah, you get it. So if we say that that's what I'm saying.
Or in a football match, someone can just play the first 15 minutes and he's substituted.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how it is. So you may never know. Maybe
you are called to just play just 15 years.
It may just, because we don't understand we are interconnected. We don't understand. If we understood it, we will be celebrating funerals. We will be, if we know we treat each other well.
We will not cry at funeral.
No, you may cry because you will miss the person, obviously.
Okay.
But do you get it? Crying doesn't mean that. You see, there's no. It doesn't really. Because somebody can be happy and cry.
Yeah.
So the tears no is good that you miss the person. You need to bring out them, but they said the funeral that we go in, we drink our the best drinks. The heaviest drunkards.
They all come to play.
And then we dance. The song when we finish like a party.
Yeah.
You see, oh,
it's sad. It's sad. But these things you are saying, they are not written in any books in our schools. They like it is not everybody who would have.
Oh, they are written in books in our schools.
Oh,
they are written in books. They are even written in the Bible. What I'm talking about, you see, the thing is there. We know it. We've gone through. They are written in the books. You get it, but just that we decided to like the Bible. You see the quotation that I gave. You see the way we've decided to see it. That's what I'm talking about. It is the perception, the reality that you create. That's because we are still coming from that same mindset.
So our reality is always different from the factuality.
The fact. So we are always looking at it from them. So that's why it's the same Wizkid story. If it had been one of us, they would have seen it differently.
How did he do it?
How did he do it? Are you sure it's true?
Have you confirmed it?
Maybe I fake news.
Have you confirmed it?
Have you confirmed it? But if it's not, they don't.
Wow, Doc, is there something you want to say before we close this chapter?
Oh yeah.
I know we will surely do part 2 of this.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there something else we have to talk about?
Yes. I think that what I'm saying is not to condemn our culture. I love our culture. Like I said, I think we can preserve it. And when you go to Dubai, there's the old Dubai and the new Dubai, and there's a to show you. Well, it's not like they are throwing it away. It's still dressed the way they are. They still do, but they are seeing the future. And it doesn't. It's not wrong to want to redesign something.
You go to some place and you see their traditional kind of buildings, and you go and you see the high-rise, tall-rise buildings.
Yes, and you see. So we should aspire. We should not always think that. So when someone feels threatened and they go into the shell, that this is not our culture. So they don't, because they don't want to accept that this is a new thing coming and we can adapt to it. We want to run into our shell. No, culture is good, but let's embrace the
finally,
change.
Before you go, what is your perception or what are your thoughts about maybe Ghana allowing other cultures to penetrate? Say we will be here, and now in the music industry you realize more people are likely to go towards Nigeria kind of music. Even in our movies, at a point it was Nigeria, so we're all doing Tofiakwa, we're all doing this. What do you think about that thing too?
Yeah, when somebody said Tofiakwa, did the person die?
No.
Yes, so that's what I think. I think that culture diversity, it's wonderful, it's nice to say Tofiakwa if it is good. If even you have to learn it, what does it mean? If you learn it, it doesn't change in it. So culture interlace, because let me finish that. Culture interlacing and moving into other cultures is acceptable. That is how come we are enjoying some of the technological advancements of other cultures, and we have accepted. And if they say no, we are keeping it. We are the ones who have the mobile phone. You don't have it, so we are keeping it. And because that's also someone's culture. They gave birth to it. They allowed people to think and gave them the opportunity to develop something out of.
They made the aeroplanes. They made
the things, and then we are also. So if it is coming in, whether it's language or that's what I'm saying. Let us accept it. We've lost the thing already. We've lost a certain key point of our socialization or development, or that we lost it. We lost it there. So we should accept that we lost it and move on.
I see.
And then grow into other ventures. And whilst we are going, we are keeping a necklace. We are keeping something to remind us of where we are. So yes. And one thing to that we will talk about next time is that it's about time we stop tagging each other.
Tagging how?
Tagging that this one is a Nigerian and he has come. You see what we are talking, because we are all African. We should start seeing things like that. And it's because we like to divide.
Why are you saying this? I'm interested. Why do you think it is nice we stop tagging this person from there? Because when you go to the West, they are still doing it. They are still doing the same thing. This is a Russian. This is an Italian. This is a Japanese. So why do you think in Africa we should stop tagging?
Yeah, because when you look, I think that's what I was saying that we should, because the whole because when you see from it helps us. It is even healthy for us because I always keep saying that I've never seen a Nigerian before. We have not seen one, or I've never seen. Yes, like you see, because we are all one. We are all the same. I've not really met someone who I've met and I said that, hey, this is because the bad person that I've met some people who come from Nigeria who were bad, and I've seen worse people who are Ghanaians, and I've seen very wonderful people. So that's what let us meet people.
Okay.
Let us see great movies. Let us say this is a Nigerian movie. This is because they said Tofia Kwa is Kai, and I have something in and they've just so it doesn't stop us
from God forbid us.
God forbid, yeah. Or like Kai in our northern. You see all those things. Something like so. It doesn't. If we put tags on it, then we divide because you see the boundaries were not set by us.
Okay.
You see, we are so because we like boundaries. We like it. Especially Ghanaian Africans, we like. But when they set it for, we enjoy it. So even here, there are boundaries in here. There's the Akan. There's the we like it. Do you get it? Even when we are selecting, because we don't look at the value of the person. We always want to find out. Yes. Oh yeah. So we like that. But trust me, it is. It's all part of the divisiveness that makes us.
Wow. I know someone will be watching this and the person will be asking so many questions.
Who is this guy?
Who is this guy? But take your time and consume the information Dr. Sass is sharing. And I want to agree that some of them, if we can take our time and understand it well, we will go a long way. And we are going to be beneficiaries at the end of the day. Because like you ask yourself, why is it like that? Why are we not able, like you go to some African countries, they speak like over 200 languages. Like how? Just more people speaking over 200 languages. Like what for? Speaking over 200 languages, that the whole people can say, okay, all of us, this is our language. You go to everywhere and we speak.
And they have it.
Yeah.
And they have it. I mean, last time you were talking about Cameroon, you were speaking French.
Yeah.
But the guy who came and was speaking French, where he was born, learned French, and that is what.
So let's all speak French.
Yeah, let's all speak French because we lost it when we were colonized by them, and they taught us a lot of things, and we couldn't leave it.
Yeah.
To move on. So let's cut it. Otherwise we never.
No, but it's a series. It's a series we've started, and because today is the beginning of the series, we made it broad. Maybe on another day we will just pay attention. We zoom into one thing, go deep into it. But this just open your minds that we've started a series. That's the cultural series here on Sammy Flex TV, or the cultural invasion series here on Sammy Flex TV with Dr. Sass. Remember he. Alright, so this series will surely be continued, and I'll be doing that with Dr. Sass. He's a very busy guy, but anytime I'll get him, I'll make sure I get him here in the studio after going to see his patients at the psychiatric hospital. And again, anytime he's about to do any of his specials as an actor, as a comedian, as a performer, I'll let you guys know so we all become part of it. But he tells us the next specials is coming off in December, and we'll all be waiting for December, and we are going to be there. I was at the first one. It happened at one of the posh areas here in Accra, plus 233 Jazz Bar and Grill, and it was wonderful, quality audience and all. And the next one will sure be coming in December. Watch out for that. The cultural series is here. If you want to contribute, you just get my number on the screen. If you want to get to Dr. Sass, that's feel free. We can do that linkage like that. You come through me and I'll get in for you, and we can have it everywhere around the world. How do we preserve our culture as a people? My name is Sammy Flex, and my special guest, Dr. Sass. Let me say thanks to Digital Rasta Currency on camera, Richie Flex, editor, director, and Emmanuel Fori Lapiji as our producer. Stay put, be blessed, and let's protect our culture. Let's put some values on what is right and not what is nice. We are out of here.